about to see what the buzz around the league is all about here. Is it going to be just hype, or will it be reality? We will find out here soon enough, along with the fans in this arena and the people watching at home.
All fueled up and ready to go. Brought to you by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. On the court for Charlotte, we've got JaMychal Green, Jeremy Lamb out there with AI. Then there's Michael Kidd-Gilchrist, and it's Adams in at center.
I love watching Griffin play the game. I mean, he has a lot of confidence in his abilities. He's terrific at staying aggressive.
Blake Griffin, the focal point offensively, but he's not just a scorer. Chris, he's one of the most gifted passers that you'll see among NBA big men.
I mean, one of the top assist men in the entire league. He's a great lob passer. I mean, that ability to create for teammates really enhances his offensive impact.
Now, here's AI. The dish to Lamb. 5 on the clock. Here's Kidd-Gilchrist. AI kicks to Green. Passes it to Lamb. Here's AI. And even after 2 offensive rebounds, they just can't get the lid off. Griffin with it. He's picked up by Lamb. And Griffin with the score. The assist from Reddick.
A big problem for the defense inside. I mean, once Griffin gets established, he's comfortable shooting the ball.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
And once again, off the mark by Charlotte.
Pretty high percentage look with the D playing off. Just couldn't knock it down.
Jackson down low. He's guarded by AI. And he comes up with the deuce.
They're finding every shot they've wanted so far. Perfect 3-for-3 start.
To end the run, and AI throws it down.
That has to be a relief. First bucket was a long time coming.
Well, you can see they were getting frustrated. Let's see if that jump starts to run.
Now, here's Ingles. And right now, he's averaging about 7 points a game. Griffin kicks to Jackson. Over AI. The offensive rebound. Drummond up and in on the layup. Drummond's got his first points in this one.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
And AI gets it to go.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
The pass to Griffin. Back to Jackson. Over AI. And it's Drummond with the jam.
Wow, Drummond is one of the top rebounders in the game. You have to put a body on him, maybe 2, maybe 3, maybe 4, just to prevent him from coming away with a second chance opportunity.
AI with the bucket.
Now 3 for 4 to start. I mean, he's going to try to keep this streak going as long as he can.
Jackson kicks to Ingles. The Pistons working the ball around now. Now here's Drummond. He's coming off a 16-point game against Indiana. 4-on-3 break. AI up top, guarded by Jackson. Lamb passes to AI. Feeds to Green. And stolen by Reddick. Out of bounds. Charlotte takes possession.
And with the pause in the action, let's look at the numbers for Kidd-Gilchrist. Putting up about 22 points per 4 assists and 5 rebounds. And he's been putting up points with regularity. I mean, that's what they depend on, his killer instinct on offense.
Yeah, anytime his club needs a basket, he's their go-to guy. Just an irrepressible, prolific scorer.
The wide open look here for Ingles. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
AI kicks to Kidd-Gilchrist. Back to AI. Outside Kidd-Gilchrist. Just 5 to shoot. And a wide open look for AI. And they come right back with their own three-pointer.
And he's clearly led the way offensively. The question is, can they ride him and get back into it?
Jackson looking it over. Lobbed up there for Drummond. Very pretty alley-oop layup.
Drummond is an expert at running the pick and roll. The way he dives to the hoop after the screen is virtually impossible for the defense to stop.
AI dishes to Kid Gilchrist. Back to AI. Chris, looking at the year so far, teams that made big changes in the offseason starting to develop now some chemistry.
Well, it takes some time, especially if the acquisitions are on the younger side. And this is where great coaching can make all the difference. This is where great basketball culture in the locker room can make all the difference. It's all about, you say chemistry, chemistry, chemistry. What does that mean? It means trust. It takes time to build trust. It takes time to understand your players and what they like, where to get them the ball, what makes them better. And once you get to that point, it's a liberating feeling because now you feel like, okay, guys, we've gotten through the murky waters. Now we can have some fun. We know who we are. We have an identity. Let's go out and be us.
Hornets trail by 8.
Come get it. Come get it. Screen, screen, screen.
Here's the lob to Adams. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. In the corner, it's Griffin. There's the basket and make it a double-digit lead. Griffin's got 6 points.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
And the Hornets miss again. Pistons leading by 10. Here's Jackson. It's hauled in by Adams.
As off the mark as he has been, they're a little lucky to be in front.
Earlier, David Aldridge spoke with head coach Dwayne Casey. Dave, what'd you find out?
Well, Kevin, no surprise. He said their focus has to be on defense when you're going up against a team that's so crafty on offense. He said we have to avoid mental lapses because they will take advantage. We'll see if they're on their game tonight, Kevin.
Okay, Dave, guys, how hard a job is it going to be to keep this team's shooting percentage down?
It's going to be very difficult. I mean, they move the ball well. They've got players who can go off if the defense isn't solid through and through.
It's also going to be about rebounding, hitting the defensive boards hard and limiting them to one shot because you got to finish it off.
Reggie Bullock, he's checked in for J.J. Redick.
And Blake Griffin drastically cutting down his mid-range jumpers. I mean, think about this. Instead of just mid-range, he's stepping out beyond the three-point range. But I guess the percentages stack up in his favor.
Johnson, he's checked in for Detroit. Bridges, he's checked in for Charlotte. Parker comes in for Jeremy Lamb. He took the opportunity when he saw it.
And that's a nice jump shot there by Parker. Caught it right in rhythm.
Jackson kicks to Griffin. Jackson against Parker. And Jackson gets it to go. He has 6. And Blake Griffin said he isn't going to fall in love with a three-point shot. But, Chris, he wants to shoot it with confidence when he's left open.
I mean, think about power forwards in today's game. I mean, they're almost expected to have three-point range. He's still a threat in the paint, though. I don't ever think he'll be a spread forward, but it's certainly a welcome addition to his game.
Here's Jackson. After the basket by Charlotte. To the paint. It's stolen by Adams. AI with it. Guarded now by Jackson. Here's AI. And another 3 for Charlotte.
Oh, 6 of 8 from the field. 75%. Just scoring the ball at will.
Jackson kicks to Johnson. Nice ball movement by Detroit. Drummond finds Griffin. Now Bullock. 6 to shoot. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
And, you know, he's not usually the guy to break out the crossover. Worked for him that time, but I'm not sure I would be doing that consistently.
Now, here's AI. Last game, an incredible scoring display for him. Here's Johnson. Drummond trying to get himself free. Johnson can't hit.
That's what we're talking about in terms of the activity level defensively. You got to protect the rim.
Well, that takes physical ability, good timing, those two things that he possesses.
Kid Gilchrist with it. He's guarded by Bullock. The shot's good.
And Kid Gilchrist is very good at finishing through physical contact. In fact, he welcomes the challenge of hitting these shots over the defense.
Bullock passes to Jackson. Johnson kicks to Jackson. Drummond working against Adams. Pass to Griffin. And there's the foul. It'll go on AI. That's his first foul. Henry Ellenson's checked in for Drummond. Charlotte also making some changes. Hernan Gomez comes in for Adams. And it's Frank Kaminsky in for Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. And it's out of bounds. And they say last touch by Griffin. Here we get a moment now to view the league's stingiest defenses. The Hornets, number 1.
Kevin, without a doubt, the best defensive team in the league this season. Forget about any other stats, steals, blocks, whatever. It comes down to limiting points. And so far, nobody's been better at holding their opponents in check.
Now, here's AI. He's got 16. Big-time scoring is always a premium, Chris, when you're evaluating players on the offensive side. What do you hope to find as you kind of break down their game?
I hope to find that you can dribble, shoot, and pass. Because if you can do those things and you're a great scorer, then I know that if you get double-teamed, you can find an open man. That if you have the heart of an unselfish player, that you're willing to think 2-3 plays ahead of how to set someone else up that's struggling. Because a great player can always get their own. And also on the offensive side of the ball, are you careless? Do you value possessions? Do you make easy turnovers? And if you do make a turnover in the offensive end, what is your temperature like defensively? Will you run back and get back and try to get a stop? What type of player are you overall? Great offensive players are result-oriented, not necessarily seeking individual numbers or acclaim, and that's a big part of my evaluation.
And here's AI. After Reggie Jackson was able to get the triple, over to the left wing. Bridges, no one around him. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Now, here's Bullock. Tight defense on him. To the middle. Here's Ellenson. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
And it's just been an avalanche of points here in the early going.
Yeah, both teams have come out with solid offensive strategies. And then, of course, guys are finishing.
And you couldn't ask for anything more in terms of efficiency here. 7 of 9 to start.
Jackson against Parker. Jackson kicks to Griffin. Back to Jackson. Here's Bullock. Just 5 on the clock. His 3-pointer's off the mark.
A defender nowhere near him, and he still can't hit it. He wants that one back.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Now here's Griffin. He's got 8. Bullock, good.
You can see the D just a little slow getting to the bucket. I mean, he'll make you pay for that.
Parker kicks to AI. In the corner, it's Bridges. Kaminsky. No good there. Griffin with some nice D. And here's Griffin. He'll bring it up for the Detroit Pistons. They lead by 4. They defeated Indiana in their last game.
And once they established that flow offensively, really never got any resistance from the D.
And I feel like the defense was one step behind all night. I mean, they never made the adjustments to string together a few stops.
Here's Jackson. Frank Kaminsky making his last shot. Jackson passes to Bullock. Knocked loose. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's AI. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. Detroit's gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. Johnson finds Jackson. And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. And the Pistons with possession here. From deep 3-point range. No good. Shot missing. Reggie Jackson firing on all cylinders for Detroit. He finishes with 9 points in the quarter. The D is having all sorts of problems with him. And we'll be right back after this. One of of the most dominant big men in the league, Andre Drummond, says,
watching previous guys who've led this team.
And you know, Greg, with Blake Griffin for the Pistons, Drummond comes in for Blake Griffin. And it's Reggie Bullock in for Stanley Johnson. So an almost entirely new group in now for Charlotte. Steven Adams, he's checked in for Hernan Gomez. Jermichael Green comes in for Kaminsky. Kid Gilchrist, he's checked in for Bridges. And AI is subbed in for Tony Parker. Jackson and Bullock are the 1 and the 2. Andre Drummond is out there with Ellenson, and it's Green in at the 3, the small forward. That's the group for Detroit right now.
You can't be missing shots like that in the post. That'll get you a spot on the bench.
And some hang time on the rim. Puts a little cherry on the top of that slam.
Well, those kind of displays of strength can get one team rolling. Now here's Jackson. He had 13 points in the win against Indiana. Pass to Bullock. Three-pointer. The shot that time, not on target. And the Hornets now going the other way. They come into this one having outplayed the Magic last game.
I tell you what, how efficient they were at scoring the basketball, especially for an away game, that was impressive.
A good poise led to good shot selection, and that was the key to maximizing their opportunities.
And so it's Detroit with the ball, following the 3 by Charlotte. Drummond dishes to Jackson. Ellenson with a wide-open look. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time. Jackson's got his 4th assist in this one. Here's AI. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there.
And after that great first quarter from three-point range, he has finally come back to earth.
Green, no luck. Charlotte has gotten cold from deep in the second quarter. Just 2 of 6 from long range. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Hi, Kevin. Well, AI in their last time out against the Magic had a huge game. He ended up with 59 points and got there the usual way. An impressive barrage of three-pointers. He put up numbers that really jumped out in the box score. A very solid performance. Kevin will see what he's got in his arsenal tonight.
David, appreciate the report. He was a one-man show in that game.
And, you know, it'll be interesting to see how much that took out of him. I mean, he'll have a hard time putting up anything even close to those numbers here tonight.
I mean, well, it should have taken all the energy out of him. It should have taken something out of him, Greg. I mean, he pushed the envelope in every way that night. He was unreal.
Hornets trail by 4. From deep, from beyond the arc, and then some. AI's got 24.
The defense is far too slow to close out on those three-point attempts.
Outside Jackson. He kicks to Ellenson. To the wing right side. No one near him. They get it back. Here's Drummond. Loses his grip and misses the dunk. AI left side. Inside. Adams against Jackson. 6 to shoot. And again, Charlotte with the triple.
Their 3rd three-pointer in a row.
Detroit's gone 1 of 4 from three-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. Bullock kicks to Jackson. A floater. And Adams sends it back. They get it back. And that one's good. Drummond.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen. Now, while we've got a moment now to see this year's three-point contest and how it's shaping up, let's take a look at some of the top candidates emerging as we see here some players who are likely to make the final cut.
Not too shabby of shooters on this list, Kevin. You got to love the advancement and really the evolution of the three-point shot in today's game.
You look at AI, and it's him all alone atop the voting. It's pretty much a done deal that he'll be showing off his long-range skills in the three-point contest.
Yep, and he's going to be scary to have to go up against if he's on that day. Nobody can shoot it like he can when he gets in a groove.
And we'll keep you posted as we find out more and as we get closer to the three-point contest once we have our final list of official contestants.
Yeah, it's going to be very competitive. That's the one thing we all know. We've got an incredible group of long-distance shooters in this league right now.
A 3 off the inbound. The long-distance 3 is buried. AI's got 6 points in the quarter.
12 straight points off of three-pointers, and the D looks shell-shocked.
Jackson kicks to Griffin. 1:56 left to play here in the second quarter. Now here's Bullock, covered by Parker. 4 on the clock. From deep three-point range, and it's Bullock missing.
And truth is, though he misses that one, it's a shot he normally makes.
Let's not lie. He has the skills to do it. We've seen that, but you still like to work for something close.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Well, in recent years, C-Web players have flirted with quadruple doubles, but they're just so elusive. I mean, you've got to do a lot to get those kind of numbers.
Now think about it. Embiid and Westbrook have both come close. Or Westbrook comes close to anything with a double at the end of it. Draymond Green, he missed once on points. So, you know, it's so hard to do. I just remember that the King, the Dream, Olajuwon did it. But you think about it. You're exerting so much energy, communication, and passion in that game. That's why it's so tough to do. And by the way, players are really good. So how are you going to get those 10 rebounds, 10 assists, 10 blocks?
Right, yeah.
Or whatever else you can get along with points. But, yeah, so elusive. Yeah.
Detroit with the ball. After the basket by Charlotte, Johnson gets the bucket.
And at 6'7", Johnson has the height to bang down low. He's terrific at getting quality shots in the post.
There's 47 seconds left to play here in the half. Here's Biyombo. Goes straight through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. It's going to be on Blake Griffin.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam. Bridges, he's checked in for Charlotte. And it's Bullock in the corner. Knocks down the 3-ball. Bullock's got 9 points.
Well, that's a shot they'll be happy with on every trip, no matter who's taking.
Down low. And then Biyombo with the dunk.
And you could see him give a little nod and then just burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
A pair of teammates, Greg, with a terrific feel for each other. And that Unleash Chaos replay presented by Under Armour. Cover Havoc, giving us a chance to relive that exciting play. Now here's Jackson. 13 points in the game. And the wide-open shot from Griffin. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Adams has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. He rifled that one in from distance. Now it's a 7-point Hornets lead.
And how about the consistency from range tonight? Really impressive.
That's because he's finding his spots.
All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break. And we've got third quarter of basketball for you. 2 quarters in the books. Hornets leading by 7. Here's who James Borrego is starting the second half with. Michael Kidd-Gilchrist out there with Green. Then it's AI. Then it's Jeremy Lamb. And it's Adams in at the center position.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Back to Jackson. That drops. And it comes off an assist from Griffin. 15 points for Reggie Jackson.
Even when the D is draped around him, Jackson knows how to finish close to the rim. Just such a skilled player.
Here's AI. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Pistons trail by 7. Redick surveying the D. He feeds it to Jackson. Count the basket. Jackson's got 17 now.
Oh, well, come on, Kevin. You have to really admire Jackson's patience on offense, just feeling the defense out and nailing quality shots.
AI passes to Kidd-Gilchrist. Quick shot there, and it's off target. The Pistons shooting certainly a key for them in this one. 55% from the field. Griffin down low. He's against Green. And that one drops for him. That's 10 points for Blake Griffin.
How's that for a start? Good on all 3 attempts so far in the second half.
AI outside. Then Adams with the slam.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there. And that was an unleashed chaos moment indeed. What a spectacular play. Sponsored by Under Armour Hover Habit.
Yeah, but they're 3 of 4 to start the second half.
Ingles against Kid Gilchrist. Over Ingles. Sinks it from just inside the baseline. Now it's a 7-point Charlotte lead. And so it's Jackson who brings it up for the Pistons. Their next game playing at home as the Nets come into town. And Adams sends it back.
He's not the only one to blame for them being behind, but he hasn't helped their cause much.
Here's Kid Gilchrist. And Charlotte again with the bucket.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
The Pistons have gone 3 of 5 to start the second half, developing a nice rhythm out there. Bobbed up there for Drummond. Hammers the alley-oop through.
Wow, Drummond leaving the floor so quickly. The chemistry he has with his teammates on these alley-oops is very impressive.
Well, see, we had Andre Drummond, the 9th pick in 2012. Some teams had questions about his competitive spirit. Thought he was a little too passive with UConn.
Now, his off-the-court personality might have fed into that. I heard he's a big teddy bear, but that hasn't stopped him from beasting on the court here in the association.
Here's AI. Rebounded by the Pistons. Griffin's got his 6th rebound on the night. Here's Ingles. And it comes off the front of the rim. Charlotte leading by 7. He lobs up the alley-oop pass. It's stolen by Ingles. Here's Redick. Shot's good. Griffin making the play. Griffin's got his 3rd assist on the night. AI outside. Dishes to Adams. Over Jackson. Lays it up and banks it in. Adams has got 4 points this quarter.
Nice job getting inside for the layup. Got the D thinking. Jump shot. Gave a little pump fake. And then off to the races.
Here's Jackson. Lays it up and banks it in.
Oh, really, Jackson excels when the defense gets physical with him. He's more than up for any challenge.
Charlotte calls timeout. And as the coaches go to the clipboard to outline their strategy during the timeout, the players getting a chance to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's key to staying fresh all the way to the final whistle.
And Kevin, it really is. And every one of these players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
AI outside. Kicks to Kid Gilchrist. Back to AI. Got it from 16 feet. AI's got 34.
Strong work for him at the offensive end, helping them to maintain that lead.
Deflects the pass. And stolen by AI. Buries it down low. AI's got the lead up to 9 now for Charlotte.
And when they've gone to him, he has come through big time. You got to keep getting him touches.
Drummond in the post. Hernan Gomez covering. And that one's good. Drummond.
And Drummond is so ridiculously strong inside, just simply overpowering the D in the post.
Pass to Kid Gilchrist. Now, here's AI. He's guarded closely. Shot clock at 5, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. Andre Drummond picks one up.
Yeah, the defender all over.
The Hornets have shot 5 of 8 from the foul line. A different look here for Detroit. Green, he's checked in for Joe Ingles, and it's Reggie Bullock in for J.J. Redick. And a switcher also for Charlotte. Bridges, he's checked in for Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. Now, here's AI. Guarded by Jackson. Hernan Gomez. And that basket pushes the lead to double digits. And the Hornets lead by 11.
That's a perfect setup. Solid screen, defender can't avoid it. Opens up a clear path to the bucket.
Got a piece of it, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Pistons will retain possession. A moment now to see how the schedule is looking coming up for the Charlotte Hornets. On Sunday, the Atlanta Hawks coming to town. That will tip off a homestand for them. Then on Tuesday, they'll tip off a road trip in Brooklyn where they'll take on the Nets.
And they are looking at a ton of road games in the next stretch, but this team shouldn't fear the idea of it. They've been more than capable of getting wins on the road, and I wouldn't expect anything less on this trip.
Now, whenever Jackson is driving, the D is nervous. He is just brilliant at completing his drive to the rack.
Oh, great timing. He is one tough customer on that offensive glass.
You know, it's like he has a sixth sense of where that rebound is going. Nice ball movement by Detroit. Here's Bullock. His three-pointers off the mark. Charlotte leading by 11. From deep. And good. There's another.
Well, he's gone up to 40 as he continues to just dominate.
You're right. We knew he had a shot at it tonight. He is now tied for third for the most 40-point games in a season. Pulls up. No good off the back of the rim.
And low percentage look on that one. Not sure what he was thinking.
Sometimes you get a little outside of yourself. You have to be a little more disciplined.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
Outside Jackson. There's the foul. It's on Jeremy Lamb. That's his first foul. Johnson, he's checked in for the Pistons. And a switcher also for Charlotte. Parker's checked in. Here's Drummond. The pass to Bullock. Detroit, no good that time either. And here's Charlotte. They're on a 15-6 run. Here's AI. And a miss there on the triple.
And he has been ice cold from beyond the arc here since halftime, and he continues yet to fire away. He has got to tone it down if he wants to help his team. Is it me, or does it just feel like he gets every rebound that comes up?
No, Greg, it's not just you. I mean, it's the stat line, too. Look at what he's doing. A dominant night on the glass.
Shot clock reset for Charlotte. Here's Bridges. A three-pointer off the mark.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Here's Drummond outside for Jackson. And the three off target.
One made three for him for the game. Does he focus closer in? Let's see.
AI, no good. Pistons trail by 14. Jackson finds Griffin. It's stolen by Kaminsky. From deep three-point range, it's Drummond with the rebound. Drummond's got 13 rebounds in the game. Class-eating. And it's Bullock missing.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
From deep. AI, no good.
It's been a really tough quarter for him. I mean, he cannot get his shots to drop.
Johnson against Bridges. And Drummond throws it down.
And Kevin, they need to keep feeding Drummond the ball. When he's scoring like this, he only needs a few baskets to catch fire.
Charlotte calls timeout.
How about Andre Drummond making his second All-Star appearance in 2018? He's been playing some of his best basketball. I mean, one of the top 5 or 6 centers in the game, if you ask me.
And the Pistons making a change here. Ellinson's checked in, and a switcher also for Charlotte. Biombo, he's checked in for Hernan Gomez. And once again, off the mark by Charlotte. Pistons trail by 12. Griffin dishes to Jackson. Shot's good. Griffin making the play. 23 points for Reggie Jackson. And Drummond in his 7th season, still just 25 years old. Chris, a lot of room to grow.
Yeah, and I think defense, believe it or not, is where he has the most untapped potential. I mean, with better recognition and communication, I mean, he could be a contender for Defensive Player of the Year.
Ellinson kicks to Bullock, looking to get it going, and he dunks it down.
And if that doesn't get them fired up, guys, nothing will.
Greg, just what the doctor ordered, huh? Some high-flying antics to narrow the deficit.
Give the loose D an assist on that one. Get a body on him.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. Hornets leading by 10. AI outside, takes the three, and another three for Charlotte.
And defensively, you have got to extend to their shooters. They have been on fire this half.
Yeah, they've been tremendous from beyond the arc. It's a shift from what they did in the first 2 quarters.
And cutting into the lead with the big one-hand throwdown.
That's how you get your team back into it. And so Griffin will bring it up for the Detroit Pistons. There's the feed to Bullock. Off the mark, had a chance to trim it to single digits. Here's AI. But they recover it. 1:24 left in the third quarter. What a recent stretch it's been for these players. They're the NBA's leading scorers over the last 10 games. You look at AI, leading the league in points per game. Such a great player.
Quite a role he's been on. I mean, a pure scoring display. Eventually, teams might find an answer for him, but that's not been the case here lately. Impeccable from the line since halftime.
Pistons trail by 13. Jackson kicks to Ellenson. Here's Griffin. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a three-point play chance for him.
It's his shooting that's kept them out of an even deeper hole.
And this is his third trip to the line tonight. AI left side. And once again, off the mark by Charlotte.
It's been a struggle for him this quarter, but he's not losing confidence. I mean, he keeps firing. Give him credit for that.
Pass to Griffin. 51 seconds left to play in the third. 6 on the shot clock. Jackson kicks to Ellenson. Over Parker and misses it off the right side of the rim. Hornets leading by 11. Pass to Bridges. And it's slammed in by Bridges.
Just rising up with purpose. Allow Bridges to get this kind of positioning. He is going to hammer it home.
To the left side wing. And it's Bullock in the corner. Johnson outside. Shoots over Bridges. Johnson's shot is off. Here's AI. In the corner, it's Bridges. Here's AI. And again.
And he's up to 52 points.
Yeah, making a GA look all too easy right now. And so it's the Charlotte Hornets with a sizable lead as the quarter wraps up. They're ahead 16 points. They've kept the tempo quick. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
I mean, well, if you're the coaching staff, I mean, you're pumped up. This highlight will not only make it on the TV, it'll make it into the film session tomorrow.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. Johnson and Griffin at the power forward spots. Jackson and Bullock are the 1 and the 2. And it's Ellenson in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the 5 on the floor for the Pistons. Griffin's shot is off. Hornets leading by 16. And it's AI missing. Griffin passes to Jackson. And they double up Jackson. He kicks it to Ellenson. Drops in the tray. Ellenson's got the fourth quarter going with the first basket of the period here for the Pistons. Now, here's AI. He's guarded by Bullock. And there's Green on the assist by AI. And the Hornets lead by 15.
And some guys just have a nose for scoring. And this one couldn't have been any easier.
I mean, I don't know whether to say it's amazing or sad, but you're down double digits and you still allow an uncontested layup. Where is the pride? Where is your heart?
Parker left side. Off the left rim and out.
This has not been his best effort. He's lucky his teammates have been there to bail him out. Nice work on the glass, but his defense was even better. Really has an impact on that shot.
From deep. Griffin grabs the board. Griffin's got rebound number 11 for him here tonight. That shot off. Great D that time from Green. Here's AI, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. And he knocks down the first one. Joe Ingles, he's checked in for Detroit. Reddick comes in for Reggie Bullock. Charlotte also making some changes. Steven Adams, he's checked in for Biyombo. Michael Kidd-Gilchrist comes in for Bridges. And it's Lamb in there for Parker. Passes to Griffin. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time. Jackson's got assist number 8 here in this one already. AI outside. To the paint. Here's Kidd-Gilchrist. Yes, indeed, it is good. He's now 8 for 14.
You have to love how Kidd-Gilchrist isn't afraid of working his way down inside, using his tremendous size to his advantage.
And the pass to Ingles. To the paint. Here's Griffin. It's rebounded by Charlotte.
Now, that's what we're talking about in terms of the activity level defensively. You got to protect the rim.
Well, that takes physical ability, good timing, those 2 things that he possesses.
Still attacking, building on this lead coming down the stretch.
Well, what I like about it most is he's doing it efficiently.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over. We've seen AI really making a difference here.
Look, they can't leave him alone for a second on the perimeter. Not the way he's shooting the 3 tonight.
Andre Drummond's checked in for Johnson. Here's Drummond. Here's Griffin. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
He plays with such rabid intensity. You love how hard Griffin goes at it. He's skilled at drawing the contact.
Shooting free throws.
Shooting 2.
That free throw good from Griffin. Blake Griffin hits them both. And so Green will bring it up for Charlotte. Atlanta will be traveling to face them after this game. That game is the first and last of their homestand. And AI gets it to go.
And piling on to that big lead, we know he has the range late on the defensive reaction.
I mean, yeah, you can't break down. Not now, defensively. At this point, I mean, you're already too far in the hole.
And did you see the screen that was set for him? I mean, that was how he got to the hoop.
It was the classic screenplay. It won't show up in the box score, but that screen deserves an assist.
Yeah, guys, and his teammates love it. Gotta get him a few big pats on the back. Oh, my word. This is a shooting exhibition, a 3-point barrage for him.
Jackson finds Griffin. Last season, C-Web, the league implemented rules for resting starters. Has that had any effect, in your opinion, so far?
I'm not a big fan of it. I think that this should be something that's held in the locker room, that if you're a player and you're hurt, or if you're tired, that you and your coach should be able to talk about it, and definitely he manage your body the way that a coach should. But I don't think that this should be something that's just out on the table that I can take a rest day. It's just never been in the game. This is a new precedent. But I do love what the commissioner and the NBA has tried to do, is address the issue, because it was getting out of hand, resting players, especially on national televised games. If I'm a fan and I'm coming there to watch my favorite player and you're not playing there tonight, and I've saved up for these tickets for months, gotten good grades, done everything my dad has said to do, and he's taking me to the game and you don't show up?
Yeah.
Oh, man, that's a good play.
Sam. And he makes the first. And so he makes both from the line. Pistons trail by 18. Jackson kicks to Griffin. That's tipped. The Pistons working the ball around now. Corner shot. Again, the Pistons good for 2.
Taking things into his own hands. He's been a beast this quarter.
AI outside. Good, he hits again. He's been absolutely ridiculous in this game.
You get the sense he just can't miss.
Good sign that he's getting to the line a lot here in the second half, putting pressure on the D.
Pistons have gone 6 of 11 since the start of the fourth quarter. There's Jackson with the 3. Here's Drummond. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse. Drummond's got 10 points in just the second half. From deep three-point range, AI no good. For Detroit, they've gone 7 of 13 from the field here in the fourth. Trying to break that ice-cold streak.
Whoa, the D caught a break on that play. I'm sure that is not the plan, leaving him so wide open.
Kid Gilchrist, no luck. Pistons trail by 17. Ingles kicks to Griffin. Right side Jackson over AI. Goes back up, and it's good on the layup. Drummond's got 22 points.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Now, here's AI. Not a lot of room. Adams. And the layup falls. And the Hornets lead by 17.
That's just too easy. I mean, you can't let him post you like that.
Well, yeah, you want to try to deny and take something away, but you can also see he's smart about his position.
It's Jackson with the drive. Unable to get that one. Adams, some nice D. And here we go. Fast break, and AI's got it. And another assist for him.
That makes 15 assists.
He's been one step ahead of the defense all game long. Jackson kicks to Drummond. Uncovered. And no good. Trying to use the glass. Charlotte leading by 19. And a wide open look for Lamb. Again, the Hornets score.
He spots up so well off the ball. Lamb, an excellent all-around jump shooter.
The drive by Jackson. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
And guys, I like what they're doing here in the second half. Getting a lot of production in the paint and still trailing, but starting to show some grit down low.
Inside. And Kid Gilchrist throws it down.
Well, with Kid Gilchrist, he scores in so many ways. On the drive, with his jump shot from the interior, he's just awesome on offense.
Ingles dishes to Jackson. Back to Ingles. Kicks it to Drummond. To the inside. It's deflected. AI outside. Adams. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. Adams has got 4 points now in the quarter. Here's Jackson. You know, the NBA has cracked down on flopping. It's still part of the game, but C-Webb, would you agree that progress has been made in that area?
Yeah, I think so, and I'd like to blame a lot of my European players for bringing that over along with soccer. Soccer with the flopping and that, and we've kind of taken away. And I know a little bit about flopping. We had some floppers on my Sacramento team, and so flopping is frustrating. You don't want to see that. You want to see guys earn it. This isn't soccer or football, and so I think the league has done a very good job, whether it was trying to find guys early or just embarrass you and say, hey, you're acting a fool. Get up right now. No one touched you. Why did you flop or act like you were hit and move 10 feet back on the side? Right. I hate flopping. But then again, you must embellish. You must be a good actor. You've got to put the referees in a tough position to make a good call. How do you find that balance? And I think the NBA has done a good job of making sure that it isn't encouraged and isn't rewarded.
And how about the excellent court vision? Just keeping the defense off balance.
Well, if you're his teammate, you love this right now because all you have to do is focus on finishing.
And so it's the Hornets taking care of business in this one. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin...